Hello guys, in this video we are going to talk about the exercise 2a in the book, the polynomial, and doing the factorization. So before we do the exercise, we need to learn what's the meaning of the factorization. So factorize basically is just the reverse process of expansion. So for example, if we want to expand 3 times x plus y, so this 3 can be actually distributed to this x and to this y. So then we can have this is equal to 3x plus 3y. So when you're doing from the 3 brackets x plus y, this way, then you're doing the expanding it. Then if you're doing it in the reverse way, then it's actually doing the factorization. So expansion means that we don't want this bracket, and our answer is basically there's no bracket there. And factorization is reverse the process so that we want to find out something, it's the common, and then we give them a bracket here. So actually we can still using a graphical method to illustrate this part. So this is a rectangle. Then if we say that this is the value as x, this length is y, and the height is going to be 3. So if we consider this as a 2 parts of the rectangle, if this is our first part, this is our second part. So our first part, we can say the area of the first part is actually equal to 3 times x, and the area of the second part is actually equal to 3y. But the total area is either using the first one plus the second one, or the length times the width, isn't it? So if the first one plus the second one, then we have 3x plus 3y. And if we have the length is going to be x plus y, and the width is going to be 3. So we can using the length, which is 3, times the width, which is x plus y. So we can say these two are actually equivalent. So that's the meaning of the expansion or the factorization. And something that you need to bear in mind is that if we have something like a minus b, you can write it as b minus a, isn't it? It's not necessarily true, but if you want to do this, you want to reverse the x and the a and b, then you can still do it, but actually into adding a bracket to the outside with a negative. And the second one may be if you want to bracket something. So for example, if we have minus a minus b, if you want to give a bracket in between, you can't just give a bracket like this. What you're gonna do is to adding a bracket after the negative, then to change the inner sign, okay? So to remember these two things, it's very useful to do the exercise. So now we can do our question 11. Question 11, we have 5p minus np plus 5q minus nq. So if you group the similar terms, you can see that there is a p here, there's a p, and there's a q here, there's a q, isn't it? So we can combine these two groups. We can have the 5p minus np plus the other group 5q minus nq. Then we take out p as the common factor, so we have p times, so the 5p is taking out this p, so what we left is just this 5, isn't it? So we have our 5 left, and keep this sign with minus, and for the np, we take out the p, so what we left is just this n. So we have 5 minus n here. And we'll do again for this, the right hand side, we have the q as the common factor, so we take that out, and we give a bracket. Then we take the q from 5q, so the q is gone, so what we left is just the 5. So the 5 here. Then we do the similar thing from the nq, we take out the q, so what we left is just the n. So some of the students just stop here, but actually we still have 5 minus n as our common factor because it looks like the same, isn't it? Then we can say we take out 5 minus n as our common factor. Then we have p times 5 minus n. We take out 5 minus n, then what we left is just the p. So we have p, and we keep the sign plus. And for the right hand side, we have q times 5 minus n. We take out 5 minus n, so what we left is just the q. So the answer should be 5 minus n times p plus q. Then we can do question 12. Question 12 is 3a plus 3b plus ka plus kb. So first of all, we can group the first two terms to have 3a plus 3b, then plus ka plus kb. Then you can see that our 3 is our common factor, and on the right hand side we have k as our common factor. So you can take out 3, then what we left is a plus b, and we take out the k, then what we left is a plus b as well. So now we have a plus b as our common factor. We take it out, then we have 3 plus k left, isn't it? Because when 3 times a plus b, we take out this a plus b, then what we left just is 3, and we keep this plus sign. And for k times a plus b, we take out this a plus b already, so what we left is just this k. So the answer for question 12 is a plus b times 3 plus k. Alright, so next question, 13. We have xy plus xz plus y plus z. So from this question, you can see that in the first part, we have x as our common factor, but for the rest part, it seems like they don't have a common factor. We'll just leave it there. Then we can write as, we're taking x as our common factor, then we have y plus z plus y plus z. If the front is a plus, then you can add in how many bracket that you want. So we can put a bracket here, but please bear in mind that so x times 1 will always give you the x. For example, 10 times 1 is still equal to 10, isn't it? Or negative pi times 1 is still negative pi. So anything times 1 still give you back anything. So now we have this y plus z. So this one can be actually times 1. So y plus z times 1 is actually exactly the same as y plus z. So now we can say that the y plus z is our common factor. So we take that out, y plus z as the common factor. Then what we left is just the x plus y. So we have the x plus 1 as our remaining term. So for question 14, we can do is 2 plus m minus 2n minus mn. So as what I said before, if you want to add in a bracket after the negative, you need to change the inner sign, isn't it? So now we want to add a bracket here, isn't it? So after adding it, to change this negative become positive. So we have 2 plus m minus 2n minus nn. So this is wrong because we didn't change the sign, but we have already give the bracket. So we need to change the negative to plus. So now the 2 plus m, there's no common factor, so just put the 1 there. And then we can take out our n as our common factor. So what we left is just 2 plus m. So now you can see that the 2 plus m is the common factor. We take the 2 plus m out, and what we left is just this 1 minus n. So we have 1 minus n as our remainder term. So for question 15, we have ah plus bh minus 4a minus 4b. So this is quite easy. So we got h here as the common factor. Again, we want to group these two. So we need to give a bracket and change the middle sign to become plus. Then we have h times a plus b. Then we give the bracket, so we have 4a plus 4b. Then now we can see that the 4 is our common factor. So we copy the rest. Then we take out the 4, and what we left is a plus b. And now we have a plus b as our common factor. We take it out again. Then we have h minus 4, because when we take out a plus b, what we left is just the h. We keep the negative, and we take out a plus b, so what we left is the 4. So that's for question 15. Now it's doing question 16. We have uv minus 3u minus 3v plus 9. So for these questions, we can first of all do this part, and then we have this part. So again, if you want to add in a bracket, you can't do it because there's a negative at the front. So if you really want to add the bracket, change the sign, reverse it, okay? So we can first of all change become uv minus 3u minus the bracket of 3v minus 9. So we change the positive to the negative once we adding this bracket here. So then we can take out the common factor, which is the u. So we have our u as our common factor, and 3 and 9 which got a common factor of 3 as well. So then we can take it out. So we have u times v minus 3 as the common factor. And we take out 3 from 3v, then what we left is just v. And what we want to do is take out 3 from 9. So 9 is equal to 3 times 3. And then we take out 3, what we left is just 3. Then we have 3 minus 3 as the remaining. Then we have the v minus 3 as our common factor. We take it out again. Then what we have is the u minus 3. Because u times v minus 3, we take out v minus 3, what we left is the u. We keep the negative, and after taking out v minus 3, what we left is just a 3. So that's for question 16. And now moving to question 17, we have 2ab minus 4bc plus ad minus 2cd. So first of all, what we can do is to finding some similar terms. So you can see there, we have a b here, we have a b here. Then we have a common factor of 2, so we can actually take out 2b. Then 2b take out 2b, what we left is just the a. And then 4bc take out 2b, the 4 take out 2 only got 2, the b is taking out, so what we left is just c. So what we left is 2c minus the common factor will be d. Then we take out the common factor d, what we left is a minus 2c. So then we have a minus 2c as our common factor. Then we can say that's a minus 2c times 2b plus d. And for question 18, what we have is 3m minus 3am minus 4n plus 4an. So in this question, what we can do is take out the common factor and group this to be 2. As again, if you want to get a bracket here, as front is the negative, so you need to change this positive to become negative. So you do this step first. 3m minus 3am minus the bracket of 4n. So the sign should be changed to negative. And now we can take out common factor 3m. So if you take out 3m as a common factor, there's only 1 left because 1 times 3n gives you back 3n. So we have 1 minus a. And on the right hand side, we can take out 4n as our common factor. Then we take out the 4n and bracket it. We have 1 minus a. So now we have 1 minus a as our common factor. We take out again 1 minus a times 3n minus 4n. So that's for question 18. And next one, question 19, we have 15xy plus 20y minus 6x minus 8. So for this part, we can group this 2 and this 2, but as again, after the negative, you group it and you change the negative to positive. So we have 15xy plus 20y and minus the bracket of 6x plus 8. Now you bracket it, then you change the negative to positive. So in here we have y as the common factor, 15 and 20 got 5 as the common factor as well. So you can take all of the thing out, and take 5y out. Then 15 take out 5, we have 3, and we still got the x. And then 20 take out by 5, we have a 4 left, and the y is being taken out as well. So for 6x plus 8, we have 2, they're both even, so we have 2 as the common factor. Then what we left is 3x plus 4. Now we can see that 3x plus 4 are the common factor, so we take it out. Then what we left is the 5y minus 2. That's for question 19. Then we can go to question 20. Question 20 is asking about 2ax minus 2ay minus x plus y. So first of all, as again, we group it to be 2. Then after a negative, you get a bracket and you change the positive to negative. So we have 2ax minus 2ay minus the bracket of x minus y. As again, we adding the bracket after the negative sign. So we need to change the middle sign to become reversed as well. So now we have 2ax minus 2ay. So the 2a is going to be the common factor. So we take out 2a. We have x minus y. Then we keep the rest, x minus y, but bear in mind that anything times y is actually the same, so we keep this 1 here. Then we can take out this x minus y, so that we have x minus y as a common factor. Then what we're left is just 2a minus the 1. So that's for question 20. Now we can move to question 21. So for question 21, what we have is st minus 7s plus 7r minus rt. So for the first step, again, we combine these two groups to become 2. So now we can take out our common factor s. I have s times t minus 7. And for the right part, we can take out r as the common factor. And we still have the 7 minus t. So in this situation, it looks like that t minus 7 and 7 minus t are exactly the same, but however, they're not the same. So you need to do some trick to that. So do you still remember that I taught you that if we have a minus b, it actually can reverse them by adding a bracket and a negative sign apart from the numbers. So now we can change this 7 minus t become t minus 7 by actually into adding a negative to the front. So now we have s times t minus 7. The plus with the minus change to minus, so we have minus r times t minus 7. So now we can take this t minus 7 as our common factor. So we have t minus 7 times s minus r as the answer of question 21. Then we have question 22. We have cx minus cy minus dy plus dx. So the first part, we can take out the common factor from the c. And for the last part, we can take out the common factor of d. Bear in mind that there's still a negative here, so we need to group them first. So we have cx minus cy. And if you're adding a bracket to it, then we need to reverse them. We need to reverse the sign. So we have dy minus dx. Then we can take out the common factor c. And the next part, we have d as the common factor. So we take out the c, we have x minus y. Then we take out the d as the common factor, we got y minus x. So after that is the similar thing that we can see. This is x minus y, this is 1 minus x. So what we're going to do is to reverse it to become x minus y. But actually we want to change the front side, become positive. Then we can say the x minus y as the common factor. So it's combined as c minus d. So that's for question 12. And now we're moving to question 23. We are doing the 20ab minus 20, then minus 16a plus 25b. So please bear in mind that there's no common factor in this part because 16 is 4 squared, 25 is 5 here. So in this question, we will try to move something. So for example, we can group these two. They both got a, so we can change to 20ab minus 16a. Then we can plus the 25b minus 20. So actually, we're just swapping the position of the like terms. So now we can take out the 4 as the common factor together with the a. So we can take out 4a. Then what we left is 5b minus 4. And here, 25 and 20 got a common factor of 5. So we can take out a 5. Then we have 5p minus 4. Now we have this 5b minus 4 as the common factor. We take out again, and what we left is the 4a plus 5.